I don't have an intro or anything, so let's just get balls deep into Doja.
White power.
If you somehow haven't heard of Doja Cat before, or you've only ever heard a couple of songs on the radio, here's a quick brief. Doja is an extremely popular hip-hop/pop artist. Her first rise to fame will be thanks to a music video for her song Moo, which I'm sure you've heard of. She was a quick little meme for a bit, but her career absolutely soared when her song Say So became TikTok's greatest dance trend. Since the dance craze started, Doja Cat hasn't really ever left the top 40 charts. She's funny and she's edgy and she's bold. She's always been unapologetic about being quirky and weird. There's a little bit more baggage to the word quirky.
White power.
July 20th of 2015, Doja Cat tweeted at Tyler the Creator and Earl Sweatshirt, saying, "You both are F-slurs." I obviously don't think I'm the right person to say anything on this topic since I'm not Doja Cat, but maybe she thought it was okay to be using this F-slur since she herself is a queer woman. More specifically, I believe she's bisexual. Maybe she thought that since it's okay for black mixed race people to say the N slur, that the F slur is free real estate. As a black mixed race person who uses the N slur, anyway, I see where she may have got this idea. But, though, this idea is completely wrong and outrageous when you're insulting people by using a slur in a derogatory way. Using a vile slur to attack someone is so wildly different from using it to refer to friends. On the other hand, Doja Cat claims to have made this tweet back when she was in high school, so this could have been a case of being too young or immature to truly understand the damage a word can do. But here's the thing. 2 years later, in 2018, August 28th, Doja tried to apologize for her original tweet via another tweet where she said, "I called a couple people F-slurs in high school in 2015. Does this mean I don't deserve support? I've said F-slur roughly 15,000 times in my life. Does saying F-slur make you hate gay people? I don't think I hate gay people. Gay is okay." On this same day, Doja released, I don't really know where, but it looks like it was typed up on a little notes app, just like all bad Twitter apologies are, so I think it was posted to Twitter. The statement said, and quote, "I've used horrible, derogatory, and hateful words towards people incredibly special, and I hold you dearly to my heart. I'm sorry for anyone I've offended or hurt deeply. You are all worth love and support. No one deserves to be discriminated against for their race, religion, or sexual orientation in any angle or sense. I don't want you to look at me as a role model." She spelled role wrong. "I just want you to hear my music, and the joy that you take from that is the most important part. I love making music with you. Thank you for everything to this day." Unquote. A lot of people don't think too highly of either apology because it doesn't seem genuine, at all. Doja doesn't give a shit. She's only apologizing and she's only sorry because she's got caught. She's not apologizing for what she said. She's apologizing because the tweet resurfaced and now she has to pretend to take responsibility. Lastly, here we go. She made a final tweet that on the surface level seems like a real apology, but again, I'm pretty sure she's just sorry she got caught. Also, it's nearly the same thing as what she typed up in her notes app, but whatever. Quote, "I apologize for the derogatory terms I've used in the past, and no one should feel discriminated against for their race, religion, or sexual orientation. I love you, and I hope to make more great music with and for you in the future. Thank you." Unquote. I don't know exactly when this tweet was created, but my guess is sometime around the same day as the previous statements. Mostly because it is nearly the same exact thing. Okay, whatever though. This part that I just finished reading is the only part that's in chronological order at all. Everything else is really hard to pinpoint a date to, and it's just kind of miscellaneous information just thrown at you. So the rest of this might be a little bit hard to understand, but that's okay. I'm doing my best.
White power.
Do you remember Dr. Luke, the music producer who repeatedly sexually abused and assaulted Keisha? Yeah, so Doja Cat made music with him. What the ass, bro? There's absolutely no way someone in the industry could hear the name Dr. Luke and not immediately steer clear from him. When Kesha came forward, Dr. Luke was blasted from all angles and from all types of media. Everyone knows what vile things he did. So Doja Cat willingly, with 100% knowledge of his sexual abuse, let him produce some of her biggest hits. Say So, Juicy, and Rules are all Doja Cat songs produced by a sexual abuser. Doja Cat is deliberately giving a sexual abuser money every time you stream these songs. Okay, it's the big one.
White power.
Let's just look at her song called So High. There's a little lyric that goes something like, "This nigga got pounds of it all in the trunk. Now we both look Asian, he waving, and I'm pretty drunk." Hey man, so if it isn't pretty obvious, Doja Cat is saying she's so high, her eyelids are heavy and her eyes are squinted. Rather than just saying this, she wants to go and say she looks Asian, which is, the stereotype, the thing that you really shouldn't be saying. If this isn't enough for you to take a step back and think, well, this Doja girl's kind of crazy ass kooky, let me continue.
White power.
Didn't do nothing is a pejorative phrase that really nasty white supremacists and in some cases just ugly ass people use to mock black people. When questioned by police about whether a black person did or did not do a crime, a black person may respond with AAVE, that being African American Vernacular English. They'll say they didn't do anything, but when black people speak with AAVE, it may sound like they have said they didn't do nothing. This phrase is commonly used by alt-right white people to mock victims of police brutality. Doja Cat is essentially mocking all victims of police brutality by choosing to use this word in the title of her song and both in her song itself. And man, it's not like she uses it once and then that's just it. Bro, you gotta listen to this bullshit.
How much money could a ding-dong make if it ding-dong did all the things that you wish to? How much money can a ding-dong do if it ding-dong nothing? How much money could a ding-dong make if it ding-dong did all the things that you wish to? I'm a degenerate.
Also, I don't really know where to put this part, but I can't find the tweet, but I swear I'm not making this up, right? Someone said they met Doja Cat once upon a time and described her to not like black men in the same way police don't like black men. I swear, man, that's like the exact quote. Like, I'll look for the tweet, like, I'll do my best, but, I mean, why would a black woman mock police brutality victims when it's her own goddamn people being targeted? Bro, laugh out loud and get a load of this next shit.
White power.
Because this whole part is so hard to follow, there's no dates or anything like that. I am not giving a timeline, nor am I going to separate information into different categories. I'm just going to lay out all these statements that are currently floating around, and that's it, like, period. Also, this is all apparent, right? Right now, the only proof of any of these things I'm going to mention is testimonies of people who were supposedly there when these events happened. So there's no actual physical evidence, only a word to go on. Doja Cat has used an app/website called TinyChat in recent past, and as far as we know, up until the last month or two. To my knowledge, TinyChat is like public Skype in a way. You have different chat rooms, all with different people using their webcams at the same time, and anyone can join a chat room at any time. Apparently, in TinyChat, there's a particular chat room that Doja frequented called Red Pill, which was popular with almost exclusively racist trolls and legitimate white supremacists and legitimate incels. That's quite a crowd, huh? In this chat room, Doja would listen to the room users make racist jokes, and then she would riff right off of them and make some racist remarks of her own. Hey man, apparently, Doja Cat likes to be called a nigger bitch. Hey, I got one thing to say to that. Gang sunk that dunker. Doja is also known to strip for these chat room members. These incels and supremacists have convinced her to force herself to vomit after eating on camera. She shoved a cucumber up her vagina and then pushed it out with a completely straight face for them. What? Anyway, also, apparently she just dropped a fat shit on camera. Pretty cool, huh? Apparently, she would go live on Tiny Chat while she was extremely high or extremely drunk, which would only just electrify and amplify the kooky ass shit that she did. Also, according to some, her drinking would cost her her relationships. Also, I guess she was a serial cheater? I don't know.
Reflects as my loose lady of the night, Doja. So easy and loose.
Let's go to the inn.
And only 2 servers.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh my god.
Her shirt reminds me of a baby duck. Her shirt is like a...
Oh my god.
I just lost a cigarette.
Dude, ADD just DM'd me. Learned anything new today? And I said, yeah, I learned if you sunk a dunker, you can be anybody.
Hey, ADD, why didn't you want to know what I learned today, man? Why you have to focus in on the beautiful lady? With another comment.
I learned that we could have been anybody.
Hey, ADD, you look Arabic. Are you? Oh boy. I learned that we could have been an F-bud. What? ADD, has anybody ever told you that you look Arabic? Kendall, you shut the fuck up.
White power.
This is the simplest way I could try to summarize like what she's done on Tiny Chat. And if this is already too much for you and like too confusing, I completely understand. I'll put a timestamp on screen right about now so that way you can skip forward past all of this. Otherwise, if you want to see proof and testimony from people who say they have known Doja Cat to be on Tiny Chat, then I'm going to be reading these screenshots word for word that lay out the whack ass shit Doja Cat did. There's literally no order or rhyme or reason to any of these screenshots, but again, this is already a lot to unpack before I even go on, so if this is too much, I'll see you at the timestamp. If you haven't been looking at the screen all that much, I really recommend you start doing it now so you can really look at these screenshots as I read them. Question. So she doesn't fuck with black people at all, do she? Answer. I don't think she ever did like black people like that. Like, she definitely didn't care for black culture at all and only likes her Afro features so she can be the thick, light-skinned chick that also is quirky for white guys. Yet never shows her natural hair and got the plastic surgery on her nose. I mean, I don't even think she even has actual black and proud black friends. Like, I never once saw her interact with a black girl on the site or even be friendly towards them. The only thing she wanted was attention from the white guys. I know confirmed that there was a woke black guy on the site who had a small podcast who was threatening to expose Doja Cat on it for saying the N-word and being faux pro-black. Question. Ugh, I had a vibe, but I like her cause we share the same B-day, lol. What about her vids with MTS? Just for show? Answer. I think she only ever mentioned she's half black with the bleaching rumor because she's now under spotlight and only used that as a rebuttal. She never once was proud of her blackness and oftentimes would say she wished she was white and how at least she's thick and light-skinned. Question. What exactly is the problem I'm supposed to have with this video? Did she say something horrible? Did anyone else say something racist while she said nothing? They were talking about her fucking feet. Answer. Rooms like this, tea time, are culturally racist. She goes on for hours at a time, and I don't feel like recording or watching her for hours that's doing too much. But they often say racist things and she jokes along. It's pathetic to watch, but if that's how she raises her self-esteem, I guess. A user said, she's ran through and has had tons of plastic surgery. She used to go on Tiny Chat, and I think a few weeks before her album release, she was doing the most insane things on there. She was forcing herself to vomit after eating, taking a crap on camera, showing herself naked, and everything horrible. She's a terrible alcoholic and was depressed due to her manager taking most of her money back in her old days. She's cheated on various boyfriends with men online, and she also was saying racial slurs on there and really ditzy/ignorant stuff. The only thing her manager got her was a house where she had a bunch of roommates, and that's where the pink-themed room stuff was in. Question: why did her and Johnny Utah break up? Answer: I would just assume he broke up with her due to her toxic behavior. She gets drunk and goes online, and he probably found out she was cheating on him. She's cheated on every man she's been with, and when people confronted her on the site about it, she said she loves sex and she's so out of her mind on alcohol, I feel like he probably got tired of caring for her. She does have a thing for only white guys. She said she was a white man's whore a few times, and I have heard her say she likes when white guys call her a N-word bish. I personally feel like her being on the site all day is the reason for her insecurities and why she wears the wigs, refuses to take care of her real hair, and got the surgeries. They would always make fun of her nose, chin, and face especially. I know they bullied her into throwing up, saying how better she was when she was slim thick. It's really a toxic place. She might also be dealing with depression, and I really hope she can get through it and stop going online and ruin her image. I know there are some videos floating around of the crazy things she did. Question: is Rest more her type, or she likes him like Johnny? Johnny as in Johnny Utah, her ex. You can tell she's not here for black dudes at all. I hope she gets her shit together as well, like her a lot. Answer: what she did on that live where everyone thought she was on coke, she most definitely was on a drug. How she was like that was exactly how she was on Tiny Chat. She would get so intoxicated/drugged that she would say the craziest things. I do believe she wants to or has already fucked Russ. He's been following her for a while now before this album dropped. She's fucked to get to the top, and I don't blame her because I don't think anyone or even her expected this album to blow like it did. When the whole Nicki Minaj thing happened is when she started to relapse and go back on TC and do insane things. She loves any type of white guy. The white guys she would talk to were the ugliest MF people you could imagine. They would range from ages 18 to 45 too. I don't think she does well to internet criticism. A user said, I don't know who has them, lol. I don't have them. But I remember her back on TC and Stickum back in the days. She blew with the Moo song, but I've always known her as a light-skinned girl that did a lot of questionable shit on camera, lol. The OP isn't lying when they say she used to be on that MF drunk. I forgot all about her until Moo went viral. It will get out eventually, unless her label is paying people to keep quiet. A user said, that's what I'm saying. There are literally a slew of men threatening to blackmail her with her nudes, and I have no idea why she was on public chat rooms, yet this isn't public knowledge. Something is off. I don't think Doja wanted to and still doesn't want to be taken serious by the media/public, but I think she's gonna have to change her whole image and she can't scrub her past. She did do raps here and there, but the new rap she did is way different to me personally. Her calling herself a rapper and talking down on other established female rappers was her downfall, yet she picked herself back up and rebranded herself. She has a good management team now. A user said, you've, Doja Cat, showed so many white men your coochie on Skype you don't even know which one you think I am. Just tragic. A user said, it's like a known fact on Tiny Chat. My friend who explores different rooms, the one who told me Doja uses the site, tells me tea about crazy shit that happens on Tiny Chat. One guy was exposing her talking about her shoving a cucumber up her pussy and pushing it out with a dead straight face on Skype. I'm assuming that's her attempt to using shock value / being a weirdo as comedy. A user said, if you go on that site and ask about her, they will confirm she was a regular on there. It's like a chat room where you cam up and it's basically like a hangout spot for crazy stuff. That website can be pretty racist though. There are tons of men on there threatening to blackmail her for the stuff she's done because they are angry type of internet men that feel like since she did Skype sex with them, that she is their property. I really don't know why she continues to go on that site. I don't think she's been on there in a while.
White power.
In conclusion, My throat hurts. People on Twitter are suggesting that the problem is much bigger than her being racist. People are suggesting that she should get legitimate help because she genuinely, from what I've seen, hates her race. Although that's sincerely and genuinely sad, like nobody should hate or be ashamed of who they are. I really do believe she should get help, and I hope she gets help, but I really don't think this should be dismissed. Although the main course is like the whole Tiny Chat thing, overall, she's done some whack-ass, crazy, kooky bitch shit. Just because she genuinely needs a therapist or a counselor or something doesn't mean that all this crazy ass should be dismissed. She needs help, but she needs to own up as well. Eventually, though, she is going to apologize, but it's going to be in the same way everyone apologizes in the age of cancel culture. It'll be an Instagram story or a live with a black screen, but you can only hear her talking. Or maybe she'll pull up her notes app and type something up. Maybe it'll be a 20-minute apology video with some fake-ass tears that she uploads to YouTube. Roll the dice, I guess. But there are always at least two sides to every story, right? This is only one perspective of what I think is going to be a lot of different perspectives. Obviously, this doesn't look good for Doja Cat at all, but I'm ready to hear her side of things. Although she's been pretty quiet. Side note, I actually hope she's okay and didn't do anything crazy to herself because she doesn't deserve that. Nobody deserves to hurt themselves over something. Granted, this is bad, but nothing to hurt yourself over. However, until I see some sort of reasonable explanation from Doja, but let's be real, there's nothing reasonable about this at all. I definitely don't think anyone should be streaming her music right now. Let me tell you, the Say So remix just hit #1, and didn't The Weeknd just do Your Eyes remix with Doja? I'm pretty sure. Another side note, at the time of writing this script and editing this video, Doja had not released any sort of statement. Granted, she doesn't owe any of us a statement, but you'd think her management would have her hop on that, right? Even though she has stayed completely silent, the hashtag #WeAreSorryDoja is trending on Twitter literally less than 24 hours after she's been canceled. And it's trending at the same time as Doja Cat's Over Party is. Hey Twitter, what's up, man? I don't know who we is, but you're not gonna find me saying sorry to anyone until Doja Cat actually makes a statement that doesn't make her look completely batshit. But she looks batshit for the time being. All of that having been said, one final thought before I go. Gang stunk that dunker.
Okay, it's childish, can't be no homegirl, drop it like the NASDAQ. Move white girls like this coke up my ass crack. Move black girls, cause man, fuck it, I'll do